Hey there you guys, welcome back. We are going to do a little bit of an update today. I wanted to share with you a couple of things that are doing well and some things that you were asking about. So let's just do it. So today I wanted to show you, because it's in bloom, this is the Cobra lily, giant Cobra lily, sorry. Not so giant, if you ask me, but it's just a baby, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. So this one was the Erycema specuosum. This one. You remember we planted that a few videos ago? And so this is the flower. And look at the tongue. Look at that. Look at the tongue. It's probably, I don't know, I'm gonna say probably a foot long. And this, I'm sure that this is just a small one, because it's pollinating some fungus gnats or something in there. So let's take it down to this camera here. Are you able to see it a little bit better under there? And then this this lovely tail that's going on there, lovely tongue. So yeah, this is the giant Cobra lily. So it's in the Jack-in-the-Pulpit family. As you can see, it looks very much like the Jack-in-the-Pulpit. This one stands more like a cobra. There's the top of the flower right there, the flap that usually folds down for the Jack-in-the-Pulpit. This one is actually standing straight up. It's really, really cool. So I really like this one. I came down, I think yesterday, maybe the day before, and I just was doing my general look around, doing my prep for watering, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that? So that's what that was. So I think I'm actually going to move it down. It's on the brightest grow light that I have, so I think it's a shade plant. So I think I should move it down to another shelf with a lesser intensity light. So it'll probably enjoy that a little bit more. The flower might last a little bit longer as well. So let's just put this off to the side for now. Just wanted to share that with you. Super excited about that. So the other one that everybody's been asking about are the little Lithops seeds. Look at how they're growing. You're like, Bill, what the hell? What's going on in there? Absolutely nothing, Bill. You're wrong. You're wrong. Can you see anything in here? Nah, you can't see anything. I'll do the same thing that I did before. Right here, there's all kinds of, if you can see it, there's little bits of pink. Those bits of pink are all little babies. These ones are actually showing a lot more signs of coloration than they did when I first started growing them. This one here is the Lampranthes. Not as many of those sprouted, but I do see a lot of little pink little heads there. So I've got a few, but some of these are doing really, really well. Some of them not as well. But either way, they're growing. And what I would have normally done, I had the Ziploc, not the Ziploc, the Saran wrap over the top. I found with the Saran wrap, and I probably won't do that again, with the Saran wrap, I poked holes in it to allow some airflow. But what I found was when I loosened it, it all kind of fell onto the plants. So I didn't want that because it would suffocate them. We need air to breathe, they need air to breathe. You don't put Saran wrap right on top of them. So, excuse me, I wanted to have that little bit of like a 1-inch gap. And I could put these each into individual Ziploc bags, but I'm opting not to. They're growing just fine. I keep them underneath this little grow light off to the side, right on the table here. And I just fill up the tray with water once a week, because with the terracotta it dries out really, really quickly, and it's a mostly sand mix, as you know. A little bit of peat moss, a little bit of or potting soil, sand, and that grow stone. So they're doing well. I probably have already done it. Put photos that I just took with my phone that does nice close-ups. Well, you'll see all the little babies growing. So all is not lost. It looks like it's all lost. Again, they look terrible. But they're growing, and I'm very happy about it. I do also water from the top as well. I'm going to try to mist from the top and water from the bottom. I did water a few times from the top, and I'm noticing that it moved the sand around and it covered some of them up. So you'll notice maybe in some of the photos that you'll see a reddish hue underneath the sand. So that's what's happening, and I hope that they're just going to grow above it. But in nature, they kind of grow level with the sand. so or with a gravelly surface, so they're not like poking up like a beautiful houseplant would. They want to try to mimic the stones. So that should be fine. They're getting enough light. They're getting enough water at the moment. Again, with the seedlings, I want to keep them evenly moist, not soaking wet. Evenly moist. Until they start developing a little bit more. I am letting them dry down maybe for 2 days before I water again. Just so you're in the know of what I'm doing. Because too much water will kill them. They're still a succulent. You don't want to keep them wet all the time. Okay, so I'm just putting these away. I don't want them in my way. And the last one that I wanted to show you, because we just recently did the potting of the baby Nepenthes from Brad's greenhouses, I just wanted to show you how the Nepenthes, I believe it's Ventricosa. It might be a Lata. Not sure. You guys are telling me mixed things. All that was on the label was Asian pitcher plant, which doesn't say much. So let's put it under this camera here. You'll notice that the main stems that were growing before, let's go back up to this one. The main ones that were growing before, they still look okay. They haven't really changed too much. They might have, put on a little bit of growth, but the biggest thing is down here. These little basal growths that used to be kind of tiny, they're all getting much bigger. There's 3 here. So these are what's doing the best growth. And I'm very, very pleased with that. And I've got new pitchers all over the place starting. We got a new little baby one just starting off right here. Where is, I saw a bunch. There's this one that's starting to open right here. It's getting a little bit bigger. There's one just under here. So it hasn't been that long that it's been potted up, and it's already responding really, really well. So again, I water it when the reservoir is dry. I let the reservoir stay dry for a few days because I don't want to have it always soaking wet. I want to have the moss have a little bit of a dry down, and then I water it again. So the key with the self-watering and why I use it is not to keep it constantly wet. I just need more time, because if it doesn't have the self-watering, for me, it goes way too long being dry, and these guys don't like to be dry. This one has been very tolerant, and I've come down a few times where it's completely a limp plant, and anybody else would probably say, well, that plant is pretty dead. But this plant has been really, really resilient for me, and I want to now reward it. And it's rewarding me with some nice new growth. So eventually I might try to take cuttings of this plant and take off some of these leggier growths, and we'll try that together. I've never done it. You'll need to score the growth to get rid of the woody stems, but once you get like a nice tender part of it, it should be able to be rooted, poked into the moss and rooted, and use a humidity dome or something. So we'll try that out. Might as well experiment. We can. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this update. I enjoy showing you when things are growing okay. I don't want everything to be fails all the time, because heavens knows I have so many fails, and that's part of being a gardener. I'm just a hobbyist. I make my mistakes just like everybody else. In the wintertime, things just merely survive, and I'm okay with that. You really need to watch watering. I've killed a few things since I've tried to up the watering, trying to wake them up. Just recently, like my banana and my Brookmansia, the small Brookmansia. But anyway, it is what it is. I will just buy another one later on if I want one. I've got a lot of things happening right now, so I might not need a banana in the yard. Another banana. I got 2 other ones. Anyway, I'm rambling about stuff that really doesn't matter right now. And show me what you're growing. Give me some updates on some of your things. Maybe you also have some stuff that you changed up, and since you've changed your conditions, they're doing really, really well. Like this guy. It doesn't have to be carnivorous plants, just something in general. And until next time, you guys, happy growing.